Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Okay, so I believe everyone is doing all right. And how's the trade going? There is a volatility that's currently going on um across the indices. So if you want to make some money, yeah, you might want to sell the indices. Yeah, US 30, US 100, US 2000, and UK 100. So you might want to sell them. There is a volatility that's going on across the indices. But please don't sell gold. The one I'm talking about is just US 30, US 100, US 2000, D30, and UK 100. There is a volatility, a sell movement that is currently going on in that particular area. All right, so you might want to take advantage of it. All right, so you might want to take advantage of it. Okay, so and we'll come back in just a minute or 2 minutes actually. And I think it fell. I can feel that hand because actually All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, so let's get to the business of the day. Okay, let's go to business of the day. So for anybody that actually took a sell trade on the indices, yes, just allow it to make you some profit. All right, then, but for some of us that are just joining, it is fine. Let's just get started. Okay, so we're going to be taking indices last. All right, so we're going to be coming down to indices later. So, but for now, we're just going to focus on some of the analysis, especially on the currency pairs, and from there, we'll make up our mind on what next. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what is the market has actually been doing. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Let's see let's start up with Forex Factory. Let's start up with Forex Factory. Okay, so here we go. Now, so let's take a look at the screen. I believe you can see I believe you can see my screen, and you can see this is Forex Factory. So for those of you that are very new to trading, because I quite understand that some of you, this is actually your first time of trying out trading. You're not very used to this kind of experience. All right, so I'm going to try to be explaining most of the things I'm saying over and over again. All right, and I will not just assume that everybody knows it. So I think that's actually what I'm going to be doing going forward. Do you understand? All right, so this is Forex Factory, and one of the most important thing about Forex Factory is that it is called Forex Calendar. Okay, it tells you every single thing the market is doing at a time. All right. So now, going forward, you discover that we have couple of news that actually came out early hours of today. But then this afternoon, we have a US industrial production that came out, that is coming out by 2:15 p.m. All right. It is coming out by 2:15 p.m. All right. But then another news that is also going to be coming out today is the FOMC meeting minutes. All right. There is a difference between FOMC meeting and the minutes of the last meeting. Now, this particular one that is coming out today, this FOMC meeting minutes, is the minute of the last FOMC. All right. I know I've actually said that before in one of our trainings. I think the last month's own, I also made reference to it. I said we have the FOMC minute, and then we have the minute of the last meeting. So the one that is coming out today is the minute of the last meeting. Do you understand? It is the minute of the last meeting. So what does that mean? It means that anytime you're having, can anybody hear me? Can anyone hear me? All right, so I think there is audio. Thank you. All right, now, the minute of the last meeting, one thing you should know about this thing is that, now it's just a privileged information I want to give you. It is not as volatile as the meeting itself. Do you understand? But one thing that actually makes people make more money from this is because it is exactly the same thing that came out the last time. Does that make any sense? It is not as volatile as the last meeting or the main meeting, but then people make more money because it gives you the same result as the last one. Okay, now let me say it this way. Let's say, for example, you're in an association. All right, you're in an association, and then you are the secretary. Okay, and that secretary, you are supposed to have you of course you write minutes for them. You write minutes for them. Then that meeting is actually supposed to be 2 times a month. The first one is the main one that you're supposed to write the minute. Then the second one is now the one you are supposed to now give them a presentation of the minutes that you wrote. Do you understand? So people already know what happened. They already know what you guys have agreed on, but it is still going to be volatile. All right, but it's not as volatile as the previous one, which is the main meeting. Do you understand? So during the main meeting, there might be a lot of ups and downs. There might be a lot of arguments. There might be a lot of uproar. But the second one that you're reading the minutes is not as volatile as the previous one. Do you understand why? Because you guys have already argued about this whole thing. Do you understand? All right. So it is basically every single thing that you are waiting for. Do you understand? So that being said, the minute of the last meeting is very much important, but it is not as important as the meeting itself. So one thing you should know is that during the meeting, during this particular one, if you want to check the results, just go back to the last FOMC to see the outcome of the last FOMC. Then that will give you a guide to how this one is going to be. So this particular FOMC, the result of this FOMC is exactly going to be like the previous one. And the previous one, if you check very well, it actually came out dovish. All right. It came out dovish. So it means that today's meeting is mostly going to be dovish also. So just go through it, check how the market reacted. Exactly the same way the market reacted is going to be exactly how it's going to react today by 7, but just in a lower way. It's not going to be as volatile as the last one. Do you understand? Do you understand? All right. So that being said, that is all the news that we're expecting today. And we're going to be looking through the chart directly and to see what the chart actually holds for us. Okay. What a dovish meeting is a meeting where the interest rate is held constant. All right. Either the interest rate is held constant or the interest rate is reduced. But we know we have two types of results. We have either a dovish result or a hawkish result. A hawkish result means that the interest rate is going to be increased. Do you understand? It's a situation whereby interest rate is increased. But then a dovish result is a kind of a result where the interest rate is not increased. All right. I might not be able to show you the result here because FOMC does not have it does not have a numerical value attached to it. All right. It is a statement. So you have to just check through the internet and see what the outcome was. So it can either be a dovish or a hawkish. Do you understand? Just go through your you might not really see it on Forex Factory, but then you should be able to see it on investing.com. So just go to investing.com. I think you should be able to see it from here. Just type what is it called, the last FOMC meeting. You should be able to see the result right there. Okay, so that is that for that. So let's go through the chart and then see what we'll have for today. Okay, so for those of you that actually joined early, I believe that you would have made some profit from the indices. So if you're still on any of them, especially for D30 and UK 100, you can actually go ahead and exit so that you can concentrate on this particular one. All right, it is to go down, but then if you're still on them and you're on profit already, you can just exit. So let's concentrate and then do some of our analysis here. Okay, so going forward, looking at looking at our charts right here, you will discover that the chart has actually been given a okay, so now, oh, okay, sorry about that. I didn't know. I think I mistakenly paused myself and I've been talking. So I'll just rewind a little bit to where I actually I felt probably it might have happened. So I was talking about this particular instrument. Now, if you check very well, it is currently on a verified resistance. It is on a verified resistance. So, and this is on 1 hour time frame. All right, this is on 1 hour time frame. So we're going to be looking at it on 1 hour time frame first. Now, checking it out on 1 hour time frame, you will know that where the price is right now is at a very important region. Looking at this point, you will know that dollar index is on a very important region. Now, I am going to be giving you this because because I know that it's actually going to be helping you out with every other information you'll be needing, especially when it comes to trading. So looking at this now, you will find out that this particular trade, it's dollar index has gotten to this region over a period of time. It has gotten to this region over a period of time. Do you understand? All right. So it is very much difficult for it to go above this point. And even if it does go above this region, then it is a complete uptrend. All right. It means that it's going to fly from this point. So now I need to check it out, not just for today, because we might actually be taking up a better trade on this particular instrument from tomorrow. We might not even be entering a trade on it for today, but then I'm just telling you so that you will know the direction you're headed to. All right. So on dollar index, looking at this point, you will discover that dollar index is on a key point. There is a support right here, a verified support right here. Sorry, proven support right here. And there is also a proven resistance. Now, checking out the proven support and the proven resistance, which one do you think is stronger? Both of them are proven support and both of them are proven resistance. But if you check, there is a difference. In this case, price got to this point, price got to this point, price got to this point, price has gotten here, and is currently at the same region. But for the support, price got here, and of course at this region. So it means that price has tested the resistance more than it has tested the support. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if price can comfortably go above this particular resistance region, then we are headed to the next verified resistance, which is at this region. So which is at this region. Do you understand? One, I believe you can see all the lines I'm marking out here because they are very much important. They are very much important. Once price can comfortably get to this point, then we're actually expecting it to, once it can comfortably go above this point, then we're expecting it to go higher. Do you understand? We're expecting it to go even higher. Okay, so now that is exactly what I'm saying. So this is the way it is headed to. So if it peradventure gets here, then we're going to be expecting a further buy. We're going to be expecting a further buy. But if it is not able to get here, if it gets to this point and reverse, then we are going to be checking out for a sell. So for that being said, I have a couple of questions here. Oh, a lot of note. Please, I need to be sure. Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Let me be sure that people can actually hear me. Okay, you can hear me, but then can you see my screen? Perfect. Can you see my screen? Okay, perfect. Some people say they can't see my screen. I think it's actually from your end. And I've cleared everything on my screen. And I really need to see my screen because I need to see what I'm saying. Okay, I think majority of persons can actually see my screen. Thank you. Now, looking at my screen again, this now, you probably might be asking why dollar index? The reason is because dollar index tells you the strength of US dollars. Now, for those of you that don't know, dollar index tells you the strength of US dollars. So if you understand the strength of US dollars, all right, it will help you to know the direction of every other instrument. Now, that's actually why we start our analysis with dollar index. Now, dollar index controls gold. Dollar index controls all the indices. Dollar index controls all the currency pairs that are quoted in dollars. Do you understand? So it means that anytime that dollar is weak, gold, of course, is going to buy. Indices, of course, would buy. But what if gold is strong, or what if dollar index is strong? It means that the rest will do or will sell. So that is actually the reason why you need to understand how to trade the dollar index. Once you're able to do your analysis and dollar index, once you're able to do your analysis and your dollar index is okay, your dollar index gives you what you want, then perfect. Trust me, you can actually make some really good profit. So I am saying that if price can comfortably break above this particular shaded region, if it can break above this shaded region and go forward and go above it from here, then the market is going to be going higher. We're going to be seeing a higher move, all right, which is up until this point. But then that is going to be from this region. All right, do you understand? Well, you're going to be having something like this. But if it is not able to do that, maybe get to somewhere around here. Then we're going to be looking out for a sell. So that being said, let's just zoom out. Sorry, let's zoom in and then now take the position directly. Okay. Now, this is it. I want you to, we're going to be, in this particular trade, we're going to be taking this particular pending order on 1 hour time frame. Now, in this particular trade, I am not interested in what is it called, the instant trading that we're used to. But this particular one, I needed to actually make some profit from it. All right. But even if you don't trade on dollar index, how will I know dollar index is weak or strong? Come on now. How will you know that instrument is weak or strong? Can someone tell us, how do you know that a particular instrument is weak or strong? How will you know? Okay, let me just say that. How you will know that dollar index is weak or strong is that if dollar index is buying, then it is strong. If dollar index is selling, then it is weak. Just like every other instrument. Strong when, of course, strong when buying. Thank you very much. Perfect. That's it. If dollar index is buying, then it is strong. But if it is selling, then it is weak. So does that mean that anytime that, of course, if you want to check the strength of, generally the strength of US dollars, some of you will start looking for currency strength meters. You don't need to use the currency strength meters to measure the strength of US dollars. Just come to dollar index. All right. You'll be able to see exactly what is currency strength index. Of course, it helps. Truth be told, it helps a lot. But this particular one, if you're able to do your analysis and see exactly what you are supposed to see on this particular instrument, it is called the USD IDX, by the way. It's USD IDX. So once you're able to see this, you'll be able to make better profits knowing how this particular one works. Do you understand? So I need us to take this particular trade. All right. The buy is going to be a very long one, but then the sell is going to be a shorter one. So now we're going to be entering a buy. Remember what we're looking at for is a buy stop. All right. A buy stop on this particular dollar index and a sell stop. All right. And I said a buy stop, you can take a buy stop at the price level should be at 103.380. All right, 103.380, and then the TP should be at 104. 104 is actually a very long one, right? 104.319. So it's a very long one. But then the sell is not as long as that. It's just a very short one. So we have 102.937. If you don't want to take this one, it is fine, but it's actually going to guide us to the other instrument we're going to be taking. I know we're spending much time on this, but it's really, really going to help us, right? All right. So the take profit for the sell is 102.743. 743. I have sent that. Sorry, I actually made a mistake. I sent it directly to somebody. It was a mistake, sorry. Okay, sorry, I'll resent it now. Okay, so that is the USD IDX entry position. So now let's quickly now rush to other instruments. Remember that we've been able to establish the fact that if this particular trade breaks above the shaded point, it's going to be a full buy. But if it gets here, then we're going to be seeing a retracement. But generally, we might be seeing either a reversal here or a continuation. So that being said, let's take a look at dollar index. Sorry, let's take a look at Euro USD. Euro USD on 1 hour time frame is also resting on a very strong support, which is very a proven a verified support rather. All right, it is currently resting on below. It's currently resting on a verified support. So are you going to just rush into a buy or a sell? The answer is no. I wouldn't want to just jump into a trade. Now, if you actually want to enter any trade now, the best position for you to take should be a buy. Normally, because when you have this kind of trade, let me just take it back. Look at it. For a while now, it's not been able to break below this point. All right, it's not been able to break below this particular point. You've been seeing some what is it called? Some consistent consolidation around here. All right, so the best opportunity that anybody can actually take in this case is either to enter a buy to take advantage of this particular one, but then we are not looking out for that. We're looking out for a better trading opportunity. So in that case, we're also going to be doing exactly the same thing that we did on the dollar index for Euro USD. Do you understand? Looking at it on 1 hour time frame, you can tell that this particular trade, it is on a downtrend, but at where it is, there is a support. And I am a strong preacher of support and resistance. All right. I'm a strong preacher of support and resistance. So with that in mind, I may not just want to dive into it. I will just want to have to hold on a little bit. So with that in mind, let's take a look at dollar index and Euro USD and see what we're going to be taking. All right. So for Euro USD, I'm going to be taking up a buy stop and a sell stop too. All right. I'm going to be taking up a buy stop and a sell stop on Euro USD. Do you understand? So my buy stop for Euro USD is going to be at price 1.09065. 1.09065. Right? And the take profit for that is 1.09193. Okay, so that is the entry position for Euro USD. Someone's camera is actually blocking my screen. All right, I've taken it out. Okay. All right. And then for the sell stop, I'm looking at for 1.08936. All right. 1.08936. And then the take profit is 1.08849. Okay. So that I just forwarded it now to the chart so everybody can see it. Now, I would actually prefer to have taken a buy, but because of this particular point, but I would not just want to dive into it because I want to take my time and really want to make money, because as it is now, the best way to trade support and resistance is pending order. All right, because it's mostly like a breakout. All right, it's most like a breakout. So that is the entry position. You can actually take advantage of it and then enjoy the ride. Okay, yesterday also, I remember that I told you to enter a buy on USD JPY. All right, I told you to enter a buy on USD JPY. Yes, our buy on USD JPY is still very much valid. All right, so if you're here to take up a buy on USD JPY, you still have a very good opportunity. You can take up a buy and then take your, it's currently at price 145.846. All right, you can actually take up a buy and then take your profit all the way to price 146.163. 146.163. All right, that's my take profit for USD JPY. So for USD JPY, I am buying. All right, for USD JPY, I am buying my USD JPY. I already told you from beginning yesterday. Also, I remember that I told you to also go on for a buy, and comfortably it has broken above this particular resistance. It was of course it was an untested resistance as at early hours of today, and it has broken above it. All right, so it is headed to price 146.163. That's the take profit. So you can enter at the current market price, take your profit at price 146.163. All right, 146.163. Now, let me just give you something. Let's check up something on this particular instrument on 1 hour time frame and actually see what we've got on this particular instrument. All right. Now, remember that this is not just something that you enter and then you rush out immediately. No, just relax on the trade and let it make you some profit. All right, let it make you some profit. I wanted to change this particular indicator, but then it's kind of delayed. Okay, perfect. Now this is what we've got here. All right, now this is the resistance it is currently resting on, but it has broken above the resistance. But now the major thing I want us to consider is this particular one. Now for USD JPY, looking at this on daily time frame, now I am looking at this point. Look at where my cursor is on this particular place, that they wrote USD JPY right here. On daily time frame, it is a perfect sell, a perfect buy rather. There is no any atom of sell. On 4 hours time frame, you have 80% of sell. In fact, 88% of sell. All right. Then on 1 hour time frame, you have all buy. On 30 minutes time frame, you have all buy. So the major direction of this particular instrument is fully a buy. All right. So I would not want to go in for any sell on this particular instrument. So every single thing that you should be going in for on USD JPY is a buy. And if you check up here, it's also giving us a far more of a buy. And look at the direction here. It is giving us a long this thing is going in for a long. All right. So USD JPY is a full buy. So you can actually take advantage of it and you should be able to make some profit from it. And I already told you where my take profit is going to be. All right. That's the 146.136 thereabout. I believe you should still remember the take profit I called earlier on, but it has wiped off. Okay. I remember that I also told you yesterday that you should go in for a buy on USD on Euro JPY. I hope you did. I hope you did, right? I hope you did. Okay, so on GBP USD, yeah, for this afternoon, I'll be going in for a buy on GBP USD. This is actually where I had marked earlier on for a further buy on GBP USD. So I will still be going in for a buy on GBP USD. Yeah, for GBP USD this afternoon, I'll be going in for a buy. All right. Now, the reason is not because of the weak of the strength in dollar. The reason I'm going in for a buy on this particular one is because there've been a lot of projections that Great British Pound is actually going to be doing much better. So you can go in for a buy on GBP USD, take your profit at price 1.27, someone's camera is actually blocking my screen. I'm struggling to really. Okay, perfect. Going for a buy, take your profit at price 1.27367. 1.27367. So that is all with the currency pairs. Let's kindly take a look at other instruments. I hope you've actually been able to make some good profit on this instrument. All right. Now, going in for 5 minutes time frame on gold. Gold is currently having a little bit of a push up. Yes. And I actually feel that this particular buy is going to continue. This buy on gold, I actually feel that it's going to continue. I know it's having a little bit of a retracement, but then I actually see a continuation on this particular buy on gold. All right. Gold currently is having a little bit of a retracement for the buy, but then I am going to be going in for a further buy on gold. All right. I'll be going in for a further buy on gold. All right. Now, the buy is not going to be a very long one, of course, you already know. So I might just be taking my profit for the gold at price 1905.54. 1905.54. So for gold, you can go in for a buy. You can go in for an instant buy. And also on US 30, you can actually go in for a buy. Take your profit for US 30 at price 35003. 35003. That's the take profit for US 30. You can actually still follow the buy. Even for, okay, let me just take this one. For US 100 also, it's going to be a buy. For US 100 is a buy. But please, I must sound this as a note of warning. This particular buy is not going to be sustaining. It's not going to be for a very long time. So don't stay there hoping that, oh, the market is going to just keep buying until it gets to anywhere. No, the buy is not going to stay for a very long time. So just go in there, take your profit and come out. So for gold is a buy, US 30 is a buy, US 100 is a buy, and then US 2000 also is going to be a buy. So these are instruments that are going to be buying, but they will not stay for a long time. Please, these instruments will not stay for a long time. The buys will not stay for a long time. The reason I said that is because, remember when we looked at dollar index is currently resting on a proven resistance. All right. Dollar index is on a proven resistance. And we're actually looking out for a retracement. We feel that it's going to retrace, but we said that if it breaks above here, then it's going to be a full buy. All right. So with that in mind, I would not want to stay for a long time buy on this particular trades. I will not stay for a long time buy on this particular trade because they will not stay for a long time. The buy will not be for a long time. All right. The buy will not be for a long time. Okay. All right. So that being said, of course, US 1000 is going to buy a little bit more. US 1000 will still buy a little bit more. US 30, of course, is actually still pushing up a little bit more. US 30 is still going to buy a little bit more. Gold is still going to buy a little bit more. All right. But for US 100, I'm actually expecting US 100 to still buy, but I would not advise you to enter buy if you have not entered yet. All right. Because having a massive of a push down, currently it has broken below a very much important support. This particular support has actually been here for a long time and it has broken below it. So I would not advise any buy on US 100. But on US 30, yes, you can go in for a buy. US 1000, you can go in for a buy. And likewise, gold. But for US 100, you can actually follow the sell. You can follow the sell because my ADX on US 100 is giving me a perfect sell entry. The ADX on US 100 is giving a perfect sell entry. So I will be following the ADX for US 100. Now, if you don't know how to use ADX, ADX is an indicator that gives you the strength of any particular instrument that you're taking advantage of. Now, this ash one is the gives you a direction, but then this particular one is the one that gives you The action gives you the strength of the instrument you want to trade on. But this red one tells you a sell direction. All right. So that is that. So for US 2000, I said I am going to be buying, and US 30, I am going to be buying. Of course, it's still pushing up. Gold is still going to be a little bit of a buy, all right, before you exit. Okay. So for US 100, I'll be following my ADX. So for ADX is giving me a buy, a sell signal rather. So for US 30 or US 100, ADX is giving a sell signal. All right. So that is basically all. And monitor the your dollar index. All right. You use your dollar index to make some really good profit. Now the dollar index is currently going down. So because of this particular sell on dollar index, this slight sell on dollar index, that is why you're seeing a buy on US 30, US 100, and US 2000. Do you understand? Just because of that little sell that you're seeing there, that's why you're seeing all this. Okay. All right, so US 100 is going down, US 2000 up, US 30 up, and I believe by now you should have already be exiting your US 30. You should be exiting your US 30 already, and of course, gold is still going to be having a little bit of a push up, all right, before any other thing. All right, so that is basically all for this particular trade. And remember those ones I told you you can live in for a longer time, right? That is a Euro JPY. Of course, is still a longer trading. All right, it's still going to be a longer trading, so you can still make some good profit from it as it's coming by. And USD JPY too. USD JPY, it's a buy. All right, Euro USD, I gave you a pending orders for these particular instruments, Euro USD. And of course, it's actually going to be, oh, perfect. If you're actually on the trade, you should already be on a very good profit for the buy. Euro USD buy, it's already on a good profit. And GBP USD, oh, GBP USD has already taken profit. Congratulations to those that took the GBP USD. It is still pushing up. All right. US 2000, you should already be on a very good profit for US 2000, right? You should already be on a very good profit on US 2000. And also on US 30, you should already be on a good profit. But for US 100, yeah, you should already be also on a profit on US 100. All right. But then on gold, please, you can set up a stop loss for the gold. I know you're on a buy on gold. So you can set up a stop loss for gold at price 1902.00. 1902.00 should be your stop loss for gold. If it breaks below this particular stop loss, enter a sell. All right. All right, so that is basically all. I am seeing gold to be a buy, but then I told you that you can set up a stop loss on it. Your stop loss should be at price 1902.00. All right, so that's basically all we're going to be having today. Let's take a look at almost all the trades. All the trades are currently on profit, and I believe some of them you should have already exited your trade. All right, let's take a look at perfect. Corn today actually had a gap up. All the agro commodities had a gap up, so I'm going to be following a buy. So for agro commodities this afternoon, for those that trade on agro commodities, you can go for a buy on agro commodities. All right, yeah, you can go for a buy on agro commodities. So for corn, wheat, and soybean, it's a buy for me. For corn, wheat, and soybean, it's a buy for me. For corn, wheat, and soybean, it's a buy for me. Okay, someone was asking, do I mean at a current market price? Yes, every single thing I was telling you, if I don't tell you to set as a pending order, then it's at a current market price. All right. So I said for agro commodities is a pending order. All right. And okay. All right. So that's basically all that we've got today. I was going through it and seeing if there's any question I haven't answered, but then I think I've actually answered almost all the question. Thank you everybody for joining me today. And it's a cool one that at least you made some good profit. All right. Perfect. Gold is all out for us right there. Congratulations to all of us. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And see you at the same time tomorrow, the same link. Same time, same link tomorrow. Have a lovely day. And congratulations to all of us.